Yo, what's up guys? So we're here to check out Blood Blossom of the Afterlife's effect. They really hyped up this card, so let's go ahead and see what the heck it does. So first off, it is a dark level 1 with 0 attack and 0 defense. Probably going to be secret rare in the TCG, but it is also a fiend. But anyways, it says you can only use this card's first and second effects once per turn each. The first effect being, if this card is in your hand, you get to target one spell/trap in each graveyard and banish them. And if you do, special summon this card. Not a bad effect. Second effect says you can tribute this card. Target one Fusion, Synchro, Exceed, or Link monster in either graveyard and banish it. And if you do, special summon one monster with a different monster card type, Fusion, Synchro, Exceed, or Link from your graveyard. That's actually insane. Okay, so you already have this as basically a hand trap effect to stop some other effect potentially. If it did hit monsters, this card would be like on some next level. But that's still a really good effect. There's a lot of stuff where it's like if it's in your graveyard, go ahead and banish it, and then you get some type of bonus effect. But this part of the effect is insane too, but it does technically require your opponent to also go for something, potentially, if you want to get out a very specific thing and you only have Link monsters. But it really encourages people to mix in other things and use, of course, cards as stepping stones. But not a bad card at all. Definitely has a utility. I'm curious to see if people say this card is broken. I know that like with this card effect, people are going to say it's broken. Some people are going to be like, oh, it's a little bit conditional. Let me know how you guys feel about this. You guys think Blood Blossom of the Afterlife is OP, or is it just overhyped? I think that the card definitely has its use, especially in the side deck, if not the main deck. I mean, this effect is already usable against a lot of different decks, but there will be matchups where you can't really utilize the first effect to get an advantage. But, I mean, still, just this other effect alone makes the card worth it. It has definitely great utility. But it is either graveyard. So that's pretty cool, because you can still banish something from your opponent. Like, the amount of pluses that you get, like, you get a +1 off this, then this is another plus, because if you're getting rid of your opponents, because it's either graveyard, but the special summon effect is only from your graveyard. Keep that in mind. If it had that other effect, it would probably be even better. Let me go ahead and banish your card and then bring back your other card. That's insane already. But I still think the card is great. But we have some other new Yu-Gi-Oh cards. These ones actually got announced. Well, this one actually just got announced today as well. But anyways, this one is more just like let's hype up some card. We don't know the effect of it, but basically they said guess the card's name. It looks like Guardian of the Labyrinth is getting a Link monster. Here's a picture of, this is a really old card over here, MRD status. I'm not sure if it's going to have any good effect. It might not even have an effect, but it's just a 1400 Link too. Again, we don't know anything about it, but I figured it's interesting to see them supporting some of the more classic Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Next up, there is, oh gosh. Actually, yeah, this card is unnamed, but it is Earth, and it has 1400 attack. This is, we'll just call him the Evil King. I'm not even sure, what is that? Talakalo? The Evil King, okay, is what we'll call him. Let's go ahead and check out his artwork. But anyways, it is a dark level 5 monster with 2400 attack, 1000 defense. And it says, if this card is tribute summoned, you can destroy any number of face-up monsters your opponent controls whose combined attack is equal to or less than the original attack of the monster tribute for this card's tribute summon. And it says, whoops, this card's named after the founder of the Aztec Empire. Oh, okay. Well, anyways, I remember before they were saying that this card was related to like the Layer of Darkness because of the card. Irrelevant, but it's just something that I noticed that... okay, oh, here it is. It says visually tied to the Layer of Darkness because of the artwork. But basically what it comes down to is I think there's better options, because if you, more than likely you'd get rid of your opponent's card because you're going to use their monsters as tributes anyways to summon this card, and then I guess you're going to pop something, but wouldn't you just get rid of the card anyways before bringing out this card? If it like maybe did some burn damage with the monster you tributed or something, I don't know, it just seems like it's kind of meh. But you guys can let me know your thoughts on it. I've seen most people already have commented on this card via the forums of just, it's just not too great. But next up, this is pretty cool. We got new spaceships. If you guys didn't know, there was a... this is like an off-topic thing. Well, let's go over the effect first, and I'll mention like what I wanted to mention. Anyways, Big Viper T301 is a level 4 light machine effect monster that's supposed to be part of the spaceship archetype. 1200 attack, 800 defense points. It says you can only use the first effect of this card's name once per turn. The first effect is When an attack is declared involving your face-up monster and opponent's monster while this card is in your hand or graveyard, you can special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. And the second effect is other light machine monsters you control gain 1200 attack. I guess this is a hint that we're getting more spaceships in the future from Rising Rampage, which is kind of cool. But at the end of the day, I haven't really seen spaceships do anything. Years and years ago, there was one spaceship deck that topped when Honest, I believe, went to 3 after being put to 1. But ever since then, I don't think I've seen any spaceship deck do anything at any like regionals or even anything. But that's kind of cool. So Vic Viper, if you guys have played a game called Zone of the Enders, there is technically a ship with that. They even added Metatron in the game. I don't know if Konami's trying to hint that, like, yo, we still thinking about Zone of the Enders, but I hope we get a Zone of the Enders archetype. I would still love to see a Metal Gear archetype. I guess we do technically have some of like the spirals, but like I think it's not enough. I would really love to see even like a Castlevania archetype. There isn't one Castlevania card, but I really would like to see them branch out. And the artwork of it is not the Vic Viper though from Zone of the Enders. I just saw that and I was like, I heard the name and I was like, oh, they're making it, but no, it's just part of the other spaceship archetype because they're all about like having like the tokens and stuff. But anyways, that's it for the new cards. But like I said, I want to know how you guys feel about Blood Blossom. Are you going to main deck triple in every deck, or is this more of a side deck card? For me, I'm going to start running 3, and I'll let you guys know how it goes. I'll get you guys some gameplay very soon when, of course, it comes out on Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro. But if you guys want to send me in crazy replays showcasing of how insane this card can be, I definitely think there are times where this card can be broken. I mean, you get the +1 of the banish spell and trap, potentially, right? And then you get to banish one of your opponent's, like, you know, key cards, potentially. And then you get a monster. That's basically getting 3 card value out of 1 card. And it's also level 1, so there's 1 for 1. Too bad it wasn't also a tuner. But again, even if you don't use it for the other effect, just being able to special summon this card, use it as Link, it's still not bad at all. Like, you still have extra utility with the card for sure. But anyways, like I said, let me know your thoughts down below on this card. But thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like on it. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button to always be up to date on the latest new Yu-Gi-Oh cards when they get announced. But thanks for watching, and peace.